Hi everyone, I'm Juma Meta and this is I Love My Spouse But. Okay? Every time I say that name, I crack myself up because it's kind of a weird phrase, right? I love my spouse, but sometimes I love my spouse, but this is what I'm dealing with. I love my spouse, but it seems like right? Like, I don't know. But for all of you guys that are going through that, where you find yourself, no, I do love my spouse, but like, I just want you to know that this segment is safe. All of our segments is a safe space for all of you guys. For those of you who don't know me, I am June Writer and I usually provide spiritual advice. I took my journey into connecting deeper, which becoming a specialized relationship coach, which led me to a really deep path, even leading me back to my own journey and really gave me a chance to understand and to even remember the reason why I even created I Love My Spouse But, okay? So this is not going to be why I created I Love My Spouse but this segment here, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to. It's called It's Lonely at the Top, okay? Literally, it gets lonely at the top. So when you're single, right, and you're dating, your friends still call, and not just friends, but family members, they'll call, hey, how are you? How are you doing today? What's going on? Can we hang out? And this can apply to either men or women, right? Your friends is just, or your family just suddenly just stop. Or you started to notice a shift in their behavior, in the way that they treat you, in the way that they respond to you. Is it jealousy? Is it just, I don't, maybe it's not jealousy. Maybe it's just, I don't want to interfere. I don't want to bother you, right? Like, I know I'm not the only one who has dealt with that. So yes, unfortunately, this is one of those things that I have actually dealt with. And to be honest, I still deal with, okay? But it's something that I thought that was uncommon. Like, I thought that it wasn't, first I was like, oh, well, it has to be this. It must be jealousy. It must be this. It must be that. But I come to realize, like, you know what? It's not, don't get me wrong, okay? For the fake foes out there, it could be jealousy. But then for some people, they just truly just respect your marriage or your relationship and just don't want to interfere. They don't want to cause any trouble. They don't want to cause or feel like they're a burden on you now that you have this grand responsibility now of being in a relationship or even being married. So from my personal experience, I can't talk about everybody else, but from my personal experience, I will be the first to tell you my life has changed dramatically. Okay? I mean, some for better or worse, like considering a lot of things that I was dealing with. And I just feel like you're just not the same person. Like you go into a relationship or into marriage, especially, it's something about being married that just changes everything. And I know a lot of people say, we talked about this in my last segment. We go, well, what's the difference? We was together for 10 years. Isn't that like a marriage? Oh my God, guys. I'm not going to get back into that topic, but I will tell you, when I say that the energy is something about being married, that the energy just, it shifts. And I don't know, it's because, like I said, going into this union, you have already had this mindset. Okay, I'm going to be this way. I'm going to try to be that way. I'm excited. I'm happy. I can't wait for the road, marriage, right? Because, like I said, the fun part is getting married. Staying married is the challenge, okay? So everybody's like, oh, I want to get married. And they don't really truly understand the challenges that really come with it. It's bigger than I love yous and the, the little hissy fits. Like, it's bigger than that. So yes, honey, when I say that the energy shifts, it shifts. Okay? People will go from, like I said, you got some people that's just simply going to change on you because it's jealousy. You got to roll with the punches. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's your happiness, it's your life, and you decide what makes you happy. You choose what you're going to allow in your life and what you're not going to allow in your life. It's not that you got married and you think you're better than the next person, because, oh, Lord knows, I've heard that one 1,000 times. Right? Oh, don't act all brand new now that you married, B. Oh, I've heard that 1,000 times from so many people. Even from family, close friends. I've heard it top to the bottom, okay? When I say it is truly lonely at the top, it is sad. This is why, and this is going to bring me to another segment that I'm going to do as well, that my parents used to teach me, because my parents were married, okay? So they used to teach me this often, very often. When you get older and you decide to get married, if you or your spouse have a friend, male or female, okay, if this individual cannot sit at your table, they don't need to be friends. They don't. And it's not a way to be disrespectful, but it's often said because we get into the situation where, we either have friends before we meet a person. For instance, if you're a guy, maybe you had a lot of female friends, and now all of a sudden you realize you and old homegirl don't really talk like that no more, right? Did you stop talking to your female friends out of respect for your lady love? Or did you stop talking to your friends just mistakenly? Like maybe you didn't realize that you and this person haven't chatted in a while, and maybe they jumped into your inbox one day. Maybe they didn't even realize that you were married, right? And so it comes to a point where you have to break it down. Hey, yeah, I got married, right? If that person is not able to really be respectful, and if they can't come to your table and greet your spouse, your wife, your husband, if they cannot greet your spouse or your husband, your wife, if they cannot get that much respect, then they don't need to call you. They don't need to call your phone. They don't need to text you. There's no need to email me, because apparently you don't respect who I love, because if you did, you would not have a problem greeting this person. Okay? Then there's this. Your friends. So do you have to kind of push people to the back burner now, because now your life is changing. You made some decisions for the better. You decided to be married. You decide to make a commitment. And it's not saying, hey, since I got married, I can't have friends. No, what it's saying is, if that friend is a secret, or they are basically quote unquote, okay, someone you just got on the sideline just in case you and that person don't work out, you need to let them go. Because that's not a real friend. A real friend will show up and prove themselves. They have no problem saying, how are you today? They have no problem introducing themselves. In fact, we did have that experience where a friend, we invited this particular friend to the wedding. The friend didn't, they never really said yes or no. They just didn't come. Or basically, it's like almost like as if they didn't even really care for our invite, And so I'm not sure at that point in time, at that point in my mind, I was like, that's odd, And so it kind of led up to other issues and other problems because of that, right? Obviously, there was the jealous thing, the insecurity problem. Because like I said, we both had a lot of things we were still dealing with, right? So to have a situation like that happen, knowing what I was taught about the whole table meeting, yeah, like that blew me way over. I was like, okay, then they must not be a real friend, Because a real friend will show up and prove. They will love you and support you no matter what. If you get married, they will gladly want to be there for you. Now, if you say, oh, I'm so happy for you, but I really can't make it, then that's a different story. But if you tell a person this and they don't even consider the invite, something is wrong with that picture. Okay? Either there's some, hidden feelings involved, or maybe the person is upset that you're getting married or you're dating someone new. Okay? But it happens to the best of us. So it is lonely at the top. You will find that people will begin to fall by the wayside. There's going to be some people that are really like the root of a tree. They will be there from the time you are single to the time you find the love of your life. And they will be totally supportive. They will be happy for you. They will cheer you on. They will be excited to know that you are building your own family, your own traditions, right? Like, they will really be there, right? And then you have some people that really, really, like, I can say I probably got I had anyway, quite a few people that I was like this with. And the moment I got married, and then year after year we stayed together, and then year after year we was able to really bond and build our future, I slowly started to see changes in people that I really loved. Like, I'm so serious. I started to see changes in friends. I started to see changes in family members. And it's a sad fucking thing. Like, it really is sad, because you look at yourself and you say, well, what did I do wrong? Like, what is it? Now, don't get me wrong. You do have people out there that do get married and be on some, oh, it's only about my spouse all day, every day. I have to be honest. I was never one of those people. Okay? I have balance. I know what it means to have balance. And as I shared in a few of my videos, that balance is key to everything. Because you know what? When it all boils down, you don't want people that you love to feel left out. You don't want them to feel like you don't care. You don't want them to feel like you forgot about them or they don't matter to you anymore. You don't want your family and friends to feel that way. So, okay? So if you're like me and you have done it all and you still have balanced things out and tried to be a good friend, be a good sibling, try to be a good family member, right? You still try to have that sense of balance, being family oriented, being friendly, becoming friends with your spouse's friends, right? Like, you're just all about it, right? Like, you're like, great, like, this is awesome. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep us together, because you know what? These are the people that you love and these are the people that I love, right? Like, you do all you can to hold it all together. And people still kind of wither away, then that might be a case of jealousy. Okay? You got some people that'll give you excuses, well, I just didn't bother you because I know you probably chilling, with your wife or whatnot. Or I know I didn't want to bother you because I know you probably over there chilling with your husband. You pay attention to little slurs like that, your little husband, your little wife, Yeah, and then they ask questions like, oh, how they doing anyway? Like, as if they really care, right? For instance, when I talk to my dad, it's, oh, hey, oh, yeah, how you doing? Oh, how's so-and-so? Y'all okay out there? Right away, right? Like, there's an automatic response, like, because you know that I'm no longer by myself, right? Like, so there's an automatic response to that. Oh, how are you and the family doing? That's a person that supports you and loves you. Oh, yeah, what you doing tonight? Oh, nothing. I'm probably just going to, get myself together, get myself ready for work. I got to make my husband lunch for tomorrow, stuff like that. Oh, all right, because I was about to go out to the club, and we just wanted to see if you wanted to go. Well, yeah, but not right now because my responsibilities change. So these are the type of conversations you're gonna go from saying, oh, sure, every day or every weekend to, well, not tonight. Not because, and if you're cross-watching, maybe you're the friend or the family member that feel like, this person ain't got married and changed. Maybe you do feel like, hey, it's not that I'm jealous. I just feel like since this person been married, it just been about them. Maybe you're on the other hand, right? And maybe you could be watching this video right now. Maybe you're defending this, right? Maybe you're saying, that's not the case. I just be calling them to see how they doing because, they always busy. And yes, they probably are. I'm not going to lie to you. They probably are busy. Listen, you talking to a person who listen, I got more than one self-employment business, okay? I do my own thing. I'm an entrepreneur, a spiritual advisor, okay? And now I'm a specialized relationship coach. You really think that I always have the time to go fucking party? I'm a mom, I don't have the time. I don't. And then now, even that, now my book, I don't have time. I don't. It's not that I love you any less. So, listen, speaking from both sides, because I've been on both sides of the fence. So I'm going to tell you, marriage is hard. It's not just getting married and just sitting at home eating cupcakes and just waiting for each other to get home and then you have sex all night. That's not reality. That's not what it is. Okay? Yeah, you're going to have probably a lot of nights like that. And then you're going to have some reality nights where it's like, shit, I'm just tired. I'm about to go to bed. Right? Because let's face it, people that's been married 10 years or more, they know what I'm talking about. It's hard trying to keep balance with everybody. So what I'll say is, if you are that friend or that family member that feel like, hey, ever since my homegirl got married, she don't really hit me up like that no more, maybe you should check on her. Because marriage is hard. It's not that simple, okay? Marriage is difficult. It is. Listen, all the smiles and the glitz and glims, the glimmer or whatever you guys want to call it, right? All that stuff is just a corner piece of it. It takes a lot of balance and courage and strength to hold on to your marriage. And if you honestly think that your friend doesn't sometimes miss going out, or if you honestly feel like your friend doesn't miss hanging out and going to, having girls' night at the spa or having a day out to just shop just for themselves, think again. They do miss it. So it's not like they're acting like they're better than you, or they're acting like their life is so grand and perfect now that they can't be friends with you. It has nothing to do with that. So if you do feel a bit neglected, okay, because I just felt like a lot of you are saying, oh, nobody's jealous. It's just, okay, if it's not jealousy, then you know what? Check on your friend, because I promise you 9 out of 10 you will get a complete different response from what everybody else is trying to put in your ear about that person. I guarantee you that person is tired. And I mean mentally, physically, emotionally. I promise you this person is exhausted by the end of their day or at the end of their week. The average marriage individual, I said marriage individual, the average married individual will tell you, I do not have time. I don't. Okay? It's not because I'm trying to be mean, but if they really truly want their marriage to be successful, they can't be with you every day. They can't talk to you on the phone every single day. They just can't. And guess what? I will hope that when you get married, you don't do it either. Okay? Let's be fair. So I can speak from both angles. I know that it's tough, especially if you are considering marriage. These are some of the things you might want to take in consideration. It's not saying that you can't have friends, but maybe you need married friends, right? Hello, I started I Love My Spouse But for that very reason. Because I felt like women in particular, we wear so many hats in marriage. And in the relationship, even within ourselves, we wear so many hats. We're the business partner, we're the love maker, we're the chef, the maid. We do it all, right? And so I just feel like, especially women, not that you fellas don't do it, because I know it's some fellas out there, some stay-at-home dads that be killing it. So this is not to take away from you guys at all. But I really do feel like women in particular really put themselves on a back burner to please a lot of people and their spouses in particular, okay? And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, especially if that's what she really wants to do. If that's what she wants to do, if she enjoys being the homemaker, taking care of the house, helping you with the bills, you know, cooking and cleaning and helping you provide for the family. If she enjoy doing that, there's nothing wrong with it. But I need everybody to understand. I don't care if you're the friend, the family, the spouse, cross-watching. Just know your spouse is tired. Even if you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Marriage is mentally draining at times. Not because of the person themselves or the person that they're dealing with is draining. No, it's the mental. It's the mental chaos that happens. Because it's like, yeah, dang, I wanted to go skating with the fellas. You know, I wanted to just go to the bar and hang out for a little while and watch the game, you know? It's the simple things. So, yes, don't put your life totally on hold now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying totally put your life on hold. But what I'm saying is it is lonely at the top. Okay? Because if you truly, truly do want to make your marriage last, go ahead. Go have some fun every once in a while. But I wouldn't recommend it every other day. I wouldn't recommend it every weekend. But do not totally put your life on hold. For nobody. Not for your family and friends. Not for your spouse. Your family and friends have to respect the fact that you are now a married man and that now that you are a married woman and you have a bigger responsibility. You have people dependent on you, people who love you and people who need you. And not that you care about them any less, but you have a greater responsibility. If they truly love you, they will honor and respect you even more because you have now grown into the person you are destined to be. They will love you and honor you more. They will not disassociate with you. They will not disregard you. They will not make you feel meaningless. Like they will not do that to you. They will really cherish you and check on you and message you and reach out to you and love you, right? They want to just call you just because they need something, okay? So don't allow jealous people or the narcissist type of crowd, you know, try to interfere with your marriage. And if you are married, right, don't allow your fear of hurting your spouse cause you to lose yourself, okay? It goes hand in hand, guys, okay? It is lonely at the top. So it's all about balance. You have to choose what you want. You have to choose if you are going to be with if you're going to hang out this week, or maybe you can plan a trip. You know, maybe you're like me. Maybe you are one of those people that need to plan a getaway. Like, it's bad for me. Like, I have to be honest. Like, I have to plan my shit in advance. Hey, listen. You know, in 3 months, like, how about, you know, I got to do stuff like that because I don't always know exactly when I'm going to be free. Okay? And like I said, that's the average marriage life, guys. Couples get busy. It's not because they trying to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. They think they perfect and they're making a few dollars, so they're trying to turn their back on you. It has nothing to do with that. They are just really busy building their future together. And if you really truly love this person, you would not get offended. Rather, you would cheer them on and wish them the best. Okay? And if, like I said, don't put yourself on the back burner all the time for your spouse. Go out, have a good time, enjoy yourself. Because like I said, it is lonely at the top. You don't want to be one of those people where it's like, oh no, I got to take him to the mall. Oh yeah, she needs to go see her mom. Oh yeah, I got to take her down south real quick. Like, don't make it so much where it's just always about your spouse all the time that you forget to laugh, you forget to breathe, you forget to have fun, you forget to go out and enjoy the world. Nature is beautiful. When is the last time you actually just stood on your porch and just embraced the sunshine? Like, when is the last time you just, I don't want no responsibilities today. I don't want to think about the bills. I don't want to think about the children. I don't want to think about the marriage. I don't want to think about our problems. I don't want to think about sex. I don't want to think about any of those things. I just want to stand here and just embrace nature. When is the last time you just did that? If you can say never, then that's a problem, honey. Okay? Okay. But it does get lonely at the top, guys. But do not lose yourself being married. Don't lose your spouse because of these so-called friends, okay? Because like I said, the real ones, they gonna understand. They gonna see the real friends. They gonna be there, you know, whether you and this person is separated or not, right? Like they gonna come knock on the door. Hey, what's up, yo? Like, excuse me, I gotta grab my girl real quick. I need to tell her something, right? Like that's what real friends do. They gonna call you up anyway. Listen, I know y'all busy, but I need to chat with my girl real quick, okay? Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I don't mean to interfere, but I need to talk to my boy real quick. We got to talk real quick. Is that all right with you? Right? Like, they're going to show that love and respect regardless. But don't lose your spouse because of these so-called friends. Not the real ones. I'm talking about the so-called friends, right? And don't lose your friends and good family members who mean so much to you because you're always catering to your spouse. So, what did I just say, right? Don't lose your friends and your siblings. Don't lose yourself, and don't lose your spouse. It's all about balance. Because I promise you, my love, if you do not learn to balance the main important things in your life, including your children, honey, it will get lonely at the top. You will find out very quickly, okay, how people will turn their back on you and really disown you. They don't want to call you anymore. They don't want to hang out with you anymore. Okay? I'm serious. It does get lonely at the top. I want to know what you guys think about this because I know what my personal experience has been like with this. And, you know, on both sides, you know, like he had moments where he felt like, hey, you know, damn, I ain't been out in a minute. You know, like we do that. Like we both do it. Like, well, I'm stressed. Why are we stressed? Cause I don't ever get to go out. Shit, me either. You know, as mad as we get, we have to laugh at it because it's the truth. We don't. So it's not unheard of. It's not uncommon. It's very normal. So if you and your spouse are dealing with that today, just know, yes, it gets lonely at the top. You'll be surprised how many people will stop calling you and checking on you when you get married or when you get engaged. Everybody wants to be there for the glitz and glamour, but nobody wants to be there during the hard times, okay? Except for the ones that really love you. But like I said, honey, you can't stop living your life because of your friends and your family. You can't stop living your life because of your spouse. And you definitely can't give up on you because of these people. You just can't. All right? So I love you. And I wish you guys well. Okay, let me know what you guys think of this video. Talk to you guys soon. Don't forget to check out my website, g1insights.org.